Hello the internet, my name's Jay and you're watching P-Type Gaming's video review using Upload Studios of Forza Motorsport 5 on the Xbox One. We're going to go through a bit of what I played in the single player, the great points, the not so great points, and anything in between. Stay tuned and we'll see some great cars and me crashing into things at high speed. So this is your Forza 5 main menu. Obviously when you play this for the first time you will go straight into a tutorial race at Prague. You will then be thrown straight into a league select and given your choice of cars to pick. I'm a little bit further ahead than that. I'm in the middle of about my 9th league at the moment, so I'm doing the American Revival Muscle Car one. But you get your league select screen. When you get to that you get a choice of the 8 classes of car that you can choose from. Everything from sports compact up to Formula 1 racing cars and hypercars. And when you pick your first one, usually the modern sport one will be the one you go for, you get a nice little video from Jeremy Clarkson.
When, in 2012, Mr. Toyota and Mrs. Subaru announced the arrival of their twins, GT86 and BRZ, the world rejoiced.
And once you got through that, you can get your choice of your cars. Now, I picked my first car, went through my first races, saved up enough money, and I went out and bought a Ferrari 458 Italia. Went straight to the exotic class of cars after that, and found, unfortunately, my Ferrari 458 Italia is not eligible for that class. I figured it was my fault for picking such a horrible paint job on my Ferrari, so I thought I'd change the paint job and see if that makes it any better. So the new intuitive design they've got is you pick a design from a selection of about 10 or 12, and it, based on your choice, it gives you a new selection of cars next time of ones you might like. So I tend to go for the slightly blockier colours and things like that. I ended up picking that one for my Ferrari. So I went back and I decided to try and find a race. There wasn't one race that I could find on the entire panel of league select screens and all the individual championships that said current car eligible. They either said I had a car in my garage I could use, or there were cars affordable, or there was, like this screen, nothing there at all. That kind of bugged me slightly, that I've spent 150,000 credits on a car and I can't use it in a single race on single player. So back to my single player career. Now my assists are all custom setup, but it's got complete control for you to do whatever you want with. If you're a beginner you can turn everything on. You can have steering assist, braking assist, full race line, automatic gearbox, no damage. And if you are the kind of person that races hardcore style, you want to have everything turned off, you've got full damage, tyre wear, fuel consumption, everything that you do in the game, how you drive, how you react to people crashing into you, how you crash into people, all goes into your driver tar. Now this is a fantastic new intuitive feature from Turn 10 that gives you the option to race against your friends even when they're not online. So this guy racing me here behind me is a friend of mine who's not online. This is his driver tar racing and I can't shake him. He's very good at racing games, so it makes sense that I'm going to have a difficult time staying in front of him. But you can still turn the difficulty down, which makes it a little bit easier. And I found the game difficulty does increase at times, especially at certain points of the race. If you're not in the lead and one of your friends' driver tars is by the end of the first or second lap, they tend to disappear from you very quickly and become very difficult to catch up with. Now again, I don't know if that's a deliberate thing that the AI is supposed to do with the driver tar syncing. Getting better makes it easier to catch or harder to catch certain people, but it does make it quite frustrating when you race a perfect race and beat all your friends' lap times and you still can't catch that same friend's driver tar on the same course. Now the driving does seem to be heavier in this one than previous Forzas. Now GTA racing may have skewed it, I played that quite a lot recently, but it does feel like whether you're in a subcompact or a supercar, the racing does feel quite heavy and quite difficult to turn a corner with. The rewind function is always helpful. I do use it quite frequently to make sure I hit that corner, that apex, the way I wanted it to. And instead of punishing you by only giving you a certain amount of time to use it, all you do is you lose 1% every time you use it of your ending credits. The driver AI seems to be a lot more aggressive than it used to be and a lot more unpredictable, giving you that complete freedom in the race. You could finish first, you can finish last, just depending on how the AI feels. They could spin you out on the first corner and you spend the rest of the race playing catch up, or they could take each other out and you instantly fly to the front of the pack. Gives you that kind of range of what could happen in the race. Now Forza is not what I'd hoped, but it's definitely what I expected from a first outing day one release game. Now I guess that's a disappointment to say that like that, but it's a fantastic game and I'd definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the racing game genre. Thanks very much, take care.